Good morning, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
welcome you to Mornings with Brian and Tyler. Today we're in Genesis 28, verses 12 through 22. Tyler?
Then he dreamed, and behold, a ladder was set up on the earth, and its top reached to heaven, and there the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you and your descendants. Also your descendants shall be as the dust of the earth. You shall spread abroad to the west and to the east, to the north and the south, and in you and in your seed all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Behold, I am with you and will keep you wherever you go, and will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have spoken to you. Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. And he was afraid and said, How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. Then Jacob rose early in the morning and took the stone that he had put it on his head, set it up as a pillar, and poured oil on top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city had been Luz previously. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, If God will be with me, and keep me in this way that I am going, and give me bread to eat and clothing to put on, so that I may come back to my father's house in peace, then the Lord shall be my God. And this stone which I have set as a pillar shall be God's house, and all that you will give me, I will surely give a tenth to you.
All right. So what we have going on here, I've said before, and I'll say again, Jacob didn't have to pull the stunts he pulled. He didn't have to get Esau to give up his birthright over a bowl of soup. Okay, technically it was pottage. Okay, fine, whatever, I don't care. Lentils, soup, stew, doesn't matter to me. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to steal the blessing from his brother and engage in deception with his mother against his father. What was Jacob's problem? He didn't know the Lord, and he had no faith. Yes. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because look at his oath. And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If God will be with me and keep me, and. So I come into my father's house in peace, then shall the Lord be my God. Now, wait a second. God just gave him a promise. And Jacob says, well, if he'll do all this other stuff and hook me up, then he can be my God. And then on top of that, I will give a tenth of everything unto him. But he's got to hook me up first. And then he can be my God. Then I'll give him a tenth. Jacob hadn't been extended the promise yet. Now, I'm not going to try and second guess why God didn't tell Jacob earlier. I don't know. I think it's entirely possible. Isaac tried to teach his sons something. Abraham, taught Isaac. Isaac probably tried to teach his kids. But whatever there was in that family dynamic that brought us to this place, the Lord now says, I'm the God of Abraham. I'm your father. I'm God of Isaac. Here's what I'll give you. And notice what the Lord gives him far strips out and exceeds the blessing of his dad. The promise of the Lord exceeds the blessing of his father. But Jacob isn't in a place of faith. And he will literally spend the next 20 years of his life being messed over by a dude that is far more cunning and crafty than he ever dreamed of being. And all of the lying, cheating, and stealing, he will get back in spades. And it will, what he starts here will lead to strife between Leah and Rachel and Zilpah and Bilhah and all their kids. Because it took Jacob so long to ever get to the place where he even kind of trusted the Lord. Even though he had the promises, the majority of his life is marked by him relying on his own wisdom and understanding. So ask yourself where you are today. As we start a new week, ask yourself where you are. Are you trusting on your own understanding, leaning to your own understanding? Are you always trying to figure an angle to get more out of this world? Because I promise you, most of the children of the devil that you run up against are better at playing the game of this world than you are. So you trying to play a Jacob game, or are you on an Isaac tack? Isaac's like, fine, they want another well, let them have the well. I've got a blessing of the Lord. He's given me 100-fold increase in a famine year. We never even talked about that. How many people in a year where the land is in a drought and the whole place is in famine get 100-fold yield? You don't do that. Isaac learned to trust the blessing. Jacob learns to trust his own cunning. And it plays havoc with everything in his life, literally until he dies. So where are you at today? That's a question I want to ask you to start this week. Where are you at? Other thoughts, my brother?
No, sir.
With Adam Brian Reagan, this is
Tyler Kelly.
And we bid you good day.